Hi, for this video, what we're going to do is we're going to solve a rational inequality using a graph. What we have here is a graph of a rational function. This particular rational function has a horizontal asymptote at y equals 1 and a vertical asymptote at x equals -2. Remember, an asymptote is a line that the graph gets closer and closer to, but it never actually touches it. So with this, we have two different inequalities that we're going to look at. And so what we're doing is we're looking for the x values that make f of x, or the y output, less than or equal to 0. So the blue here is my x-axis and my y, or f of x, axis. And so what we're looking for is we're looking for the part where it's less than or equal to. We can see that it's equal to 0. It's equal to, the output is 0 at 0, 0. And we can see that from here to here that we do have values that are less than or equal to 0. So for interval notation, we would write it as, it would start getting closer and closer. Remember that it will never actually touch -2, so it does not include -2. And it would go up to 0, and it includes 0, so we use a hard bracket for that one. If you're dealing with set notation, you would write it as x such that x is greater than -2 but less than or equal to 0. So for all x values that are between -2 and 0, we would end up with a negative output because this part is below the x-axis. And then for the second one, what we have is we're looking for the values that give us of x that give us an output that is greater than 0. So from here to here, you can see that this is above 0, and also over here in this interval. So if we start all the way to the left, we can say that starting, and remember that x is going up and down this way, so starting over here, what we can do is saying that starting from -infinity, all the way up until this asymptote -2, remember it does not include -2, our output would be positive. And then again, we would have a positive output starting at 0, but not including it because we want it to be greater than 0, not equal to 0. And that would continue. Remember, we're talking about our x values, so it continues forever and ever. Even though it gets closer and closer to this, we're looking for the x values that make it positive, so it would go to positive infinity. If you are writing this in set notation, we would just say the set of all numbers x such that x is less than -2 or x is greater than 0. All of those values will give us a positive output for this rational function. As always, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know. If there's any topics that you need me to cover, let me know that as well.